Hernandez made a name for herself on Love and Hip Hop Atlanta, but last month she found herself in handcuffs after a brawl that went from bad to worse. Sunrise police were called when the 36-year-old first got into it with a fellow reality star. And as she was being escorted out, she was still—
Y'all, the drama just hit a whole new level. Joseline Hernandez out here throwing hands again. But this time, it's not just the fight that's got everyone talking, it's the smell. Yup, Karlissa is out here spilling all the tea about Joseline's hygiene, and let's just say, it's messy. Buckle up because things are about to get wild. So let's talk about Joseline Hernandez, aka the Puerto Rican princess, because she's been making headlines again, this time for jumping Karlissa. And y'all, the reason for it? Karlissa said Joseline's lady parts were, funky. Yeah, I'm talking mop water vibes. And in true Joseline fashion, she wasn't about to let that slide. She came for Karlissa hard. Let's break down exactly what went down and why everyone's saying Joseline needs to worry less about throwing hands and more about grabbing some deodorant. First of all, let's rewind to where all this drama began. Karlissa took some major shots at Joseline on a podcast, calling her out for her smell, and basically roasting her in front of the entire panel. But y'all, if you know Joseline, you know she's not the type to sit back and let somebody talk like that. This is the same woman who literally went toe-to-toe with armed police, so you already know she's about that life. But Karlissa calling her funky? Yeah, that hit a nerve. And we're not surprised Joseline lost it. They were on the Auntie T podcast. Shout out to Tokyo Tony and Tia for hosting this chaotic mess. And the tension was thick from the minute Joseline walked into the room. Sis was already on edge, throwing shade left and right, and it was clear she had it out for Karlissa. Y'all, it got ugly. Joseline straight up called Karlissa a crusty old woman, dragging her for being jealous. I mean, she didn't hold back at all. Joseline made sure everyone knew she's 20 years younger, and oh yeah, she threw in a flex about how much money she's made Zeus Network and how she's out here helping young women get famous. Yikes. And then she hit Karlissa where it hurts, bringing up Karlissa's son being in jail. Like, whoa. Meanwhile, Karlissa just sat there, taking it all in silence, like a deer caught in headlights. It was messy. Like, Joseline even said Karlissa had a stank mouth and couldn't dress to save her life. Savage much? But here's where it gets real. Joseline was reading her to filth, and Karlissa didn't say a word on that podcast. She was too quiet, but y'all know she wasn't gonna stay quiet for long. A few days later, boom, Karlissa hit Instagram Live and started spilling all the tea she didn't have the guts to say face to face. And trust me, it was wild. Karlissa claimed Joseline made the producers cut out parts of the interview to make it seem like she was coming at her unprovoked. And get this, Karlissa went off, saying the whole room smelled when Joseline walked in, and she thought it was one of the cameramen at first. But nope, according to her, it was coming from Joseline's private parts. And baby, the comments were popping off. Now let's be real here. This is not the first time people have come for Joseline about her hygiene. Back in 2017, K. Michelle and Joseline had their own drama, and it got messy when Joseline brought up K. Michelle's hygiene. People dragged Joseline back then, saying the only reason she knew what K. Michelle's situation was like is because she's been dealing with the same issue herself. Like, who? The audacity. Fast forward to 2022, and Amber Ali dropped some major shade during an interview with Storm Monroe.
Woman stinks. She smells like mop water, and somebody needs to tell her.
She literally said, Joseline smells like mop water and fish. Now, I don't know how many people can come for you about your smell before you take it seriously, but Joseline just keeps swinging at anyone who says anything about it. And y'all know it didn't end there. Karlissa had the audacity to double down on IG, saying these girls out here getting BBLs and forgetting about their hygiene. Like, seriously? This drama is just on another level at this point. But let me give you the real tea. Even though Karlissa popped off on Instagram Live, word on the street is that Joseline is not done. In fact, sources are saying Joseline is planning to whoop Karlissa even worse the next time they meet. I mean, I'm not saying Joseline should handle it like that, but we all know she's about that life. Karlissa better watch out. And the comments section had me rolling when all this went down. One person said, if you've ever been around Joseline, you know this is true. She doesn't wear deodorant for environmental reasons. Yikes. Another person straight up said Karlissa was blinking like she smelled something funky during the whole interview. Oof. Now here's the thing. Joseline might want to take a page out of everyone's book and start focusing on her hygiene instead of jumping people, because this is like the third or fourth time someone's dragged her for the same thing. But who knows? Maybe she likes the attention, even if it comes with some shade. Either way, this mess isn't over, and you better believe I'll be keeping my eyes on it to see what happens next. But what do y'all think? Do you believe Karlissa's claims, or do you think she's just being messy for clout? And do you think Joseline's really got some hygiene issues, or is everyone just piling on because it's the trendy thing to do? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to smash that like button if you want more tea on this wild drama. And I'll see y'all in the next one.